Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stone Mountain, back with a commentary today. I know it's different from all the streams that I've been doing lately, but you guys have been crushing those, and I very often get asked about many topics that I'm going to discuss in today's video, that being driven by some updates being announced. In particular, for the Xbox One, PS4, we've got some updates that are going to be coming on December 16th. For those guys, and some of those cross over to a previous patch we've actually recently had on the PC that came out December 10th, and at the same time there was also some differences, and so I'm going to talk about some of those things, some of my thoughts on it. If you guys haven't heard about these yet, Sledgehammer70, the community manager for Star Wars Battlefront, posted on the forums with these updates, so that's where I got it from, and I'll have the links down there below. It's not really too much, but one of the big things is they tweaked the impact grenade, the smaller one that does very high damage to players that you actually hit with it, from doing 100 damage to now only doing 90, which means it's no longer going to be a one-shot kill. And this was the power of the grenade, was that you throw that thing, and if you're accurate, you're going to get the one-shot on them. But if they're not directly within that blast radius, you're not going to kill them. And now tweaking that to, instead of being an insta-kill to 90, they're decreasing the power of those grenades by what I think is actually a pretty sizable amount. Getting the one shot on a grenade on a player with perfect health, full 100 health, is it's just free kills. There's nothing to it, right? But by making people actually have to get a secondary shot on them, or they have to already be wounded, decreases the power of them quite greatly. And I think one of the big reasons that they did this is, if you guys haven't heard this complaint yet, well, there's so much grenade spam, there's explosions everywhere, man. That's because you can have a grenade in both of your slots. And yeah, people actually sound like that. It's crazy. I know, no. You can have two different damaging grenades on each of your star card slots, so there's been absolute grenade spam. So this is one thing that they've done, listening to the community, to help bring back some of the grenade spam there. And I think that makes more sense than taking away the ability to have two grenades at one time, just because limiting them to that wouldn't make sense to the general player who's just hopping in maybe for the first time or something, and they see, oh, well, you can't have two grenades at the same time, you can have two of anything else. And the thing is, you really do have trade-offs between having the grenades, right? You can't have a jetpack at the same time, or the pulse cannon, cycler rifle, your long-range kills. It's nice to have at least some diversity, at least from what I've found, unless you're just going to be sitting in the back and throwing massive grenades behind the wall all day, which I see can get annoying, but at least you won't get insta-killed from this grenade anymore. One of the other things that's pretty OP in this game so far is Boba Fett. If you saw some of the stats, I was talking about this in my last stream, it is insane. People are choosing Boba Fett, hands down. It's the most kills, and people are choosing him the most. He's staying alive the longest. One of the big contributing factors to that is that this dude's got a long-range rifle, extremely high health, and of course the jetpack, which gets him up to really high places to where he could virtually snipe people from across the map. They nerfed him, but very minor way. They've actually decreased his rocket's capacity or capabilities. So his rocket will no longer auto-lock onto things, which I think is, you know, it's beneficial. He's not going to be able to just cross-map people so easily with it. But at the same time, it's not fixing everything with him, because I'm still seeing people are submitting me gameplays, my top play series, with like 80-0, 90-0 on Tatooine Walker Assault, because you just get up on the ridges, nobody can come around and flank you, and people are just spamming shots downrange the entire map. It actually is kind of ridiculous, but that's one of the nerfs that they've implemented. In addition, they've also increased, in particular for Walker Assault, they've increased the AT-AT's health on Endor. Of course, this is the tree map where there's no air vehicles and such to help you take these giant AT-ATs down. And to do that, it seemed like they had decreased the health, or I'm not entirely sure what. I guess just because of the fact that there's only one AT-AT, maybe it just feels different. But regardless, they've now increased the health to make it a bit more difficult for the rebels to take down. That makes a lot of sense to me, especially with just how easy it is to lock onto them with the ion torpedo, ion grenades. Just keep tossing those things out, shoot the belly of it, and with everybody focusing on one objective, it was relatively easy for the Rebels to take that one. The final piece that was universal across all the systems was they fixed a couple other spawning issues in terms of locations, spawning in lava, as well as fixing loading into different maps and game modes. There were specific situations people were having issues with that. I particularly never saw it, but there you go. Now, in particular for PS4, Xbox One, an issue that I did run into a few times was the first time you spawn in on heroes and villains as stormtroopers or rebels, your star cards didn't work. You had to die before you could start using your star cards, and I was at some points just jumping off the edge on the Jakku map in order to get these things to start working so I could have an advantage on the enemies. But anyways, that's coming in the upcoming patch to, again, the consoles, and it's already out for PC. And then on PC, they actually have enabled Dolby Atmos support, which ATOMS, it's, I guess, like the next generation of audio and just surround sound epicness. And this game is known for its audio. So if you guys have that rig, let me know how that is. It's been out for a couple days now. If you've used it, I want to use it, man. This is like, you know, movie IMAX quality, at least from what I've read about it. And to me, actually, the audio sounds pretty freaking amazing. Even just on my regular TV speakers, I was cranking that up the other night, showing one of my friends this game, and it blew him away. It's pretty awesome. He, of course, hadn't even seen the PS4 yet, though, so yeah, he was pretty amazed. Anyways, that wraps the updates we've seen so far. I like some of the bug fixes. I think they're on the right track with balancing the heroes and villains. I think there could probably be some more tweaks there. I do like how the health system is set up now versus how it was in the beta, where it kept on constantly ticking down. I just felt stressed out the entire time I was using it back then, but I don't know what type of balance they need to have there. I'm also happy with the grenade improvement, but I'm still worried that it's going to be an issue because there are a lot of explosives in this game. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know if you think there's anything else they should tweak, or if you have any ideas, and I'll read through them. Thanks so much for watching. Check out my recommended video for some of the craziest Star Wars Battlefront kills in my top play series, or the previous video for some Battle of Jakku first DLC gameplay. That wraps this video, though, and I'll see you guys soon. This is StarMount64, over and out.